Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Friday, November 21st, 2025. Let's take a look at the economic calendar for today. It looks like today's calendar will be busy because we start with the Asian session when we have a bunch of data from Japan, core CPI, adjusted trade balance, exports and services PMI. Mixed bag of data, mostly better than expected. Then we have data from UK retail sales and core retail sales, all of them worse than expected. Then we have data from the Eurozone in form of the services PMI and manufacturing PMI, and this is mixed bag of data. It depends on country. Again, some of them are better, some of them are worse, mostly worse. Composite PMI for the Eurozone down, manufacturing PMI down, Eurozone services PMI up, a little bit than the previous month, 0.1, but better than expected. Now we are still waiting for the manufacturing PMI, composite PMI and services PMI data from the UK. When we are done with this, there's the Windows speech at 12:30. Then Member Williams will give a speech 1:30. At 2 o'clock, federal budget balance data from the US is scheduled for release. At the same time, German BUA President Joachim Nagel will give a speech. Then we have a bunch of data from Canada, retail sales, core retail sales, new housing price index and wholesale sales, 2:30. Then we have data from the US, industrial production, manufacturing PMI, composite PMI and services PMI. All of this data scheduled for release at 3:45. At 4 o'clock, we got Michigan 1-year, 5-year inflation expectations, consumer expectations, and consumer sentiment. Housing starts at 4 o'clock. Then we have speeches from the Bank of England member Peel. At 6 o'clock, we got Atlanta Fed GDP now. At 7 o'clock, as usual, US Barker Futures oil recounted, total recount, and then that's about it. So very busy day, plenty of data scheduled for release. So without any further ado, let's start with the charts. We go to the euro dollar straight on. So the euro dollar after the yesterday's data moved lower towards 1.1503, and it is hovering around the technical resistance, local high 1.1553, but that's not enough for a rally. So the euro dollar is being sold across the board again, as it was for the whole week. And the sentiment is still negative. As you can see, momentum barely bounces from the extremely oversold levels. Fine, so that's the technical bounce. Let me just mark this local low. So there you go, this is the local technical support. Resistance is here. Not what is going on in this market. However, if we zoom in, we can clearly see bears are making pressure on bulls. As you can see here on a 4-hour time frame chart, long upper shadows, right? So around the technical resistance, market is making pressure on the bulls. 4-hour time frame chart of the British pound. What is showing us this chart? The local low 1.3037 bounced back up from the extremely oversold conditions. Nevertheless, we didn't even cross the 100 periods moving average, so we are still hovering around the technical resistance 1.3088. So no big deal here as well. For the bulls, we are still moving lower. We are still under the bearish pressure. So we can only place our additional intraday support and intraday of obviously resistance 1.3120. So that's the situation with the British pound. What is going on US dollar versus the Japanese yen? Very nice run to the upside, but we're coming off the extremely extremely overbought market conditions. 157.90 and some sort of the reversal is going on right now. Look at this long upper shadows. There is some sort of the bearish pressure on the bulls. So let me just mark it as the resistance, and now market is going lower. Nearest technical support 155.75. Momentum at the level of 6 is still strong, still good momentum for the bulls. Gold doesn't do anything. anything at all, just hovering around 100 periods moving average. Waste of time to analyze it. Nothing is going on here. So let's go to the crude oil. And the crude oil, almost the same situation. However, we just recently tested the local technical support 58.12, and now this is going to be, well, let's mark it as a support. Now it's being tested. Momentum is negative. Momentum is at the level of 32 points. So this internal, there you go, this internal range 60.92, 58.12 is still the intraday internal range as well, and market is basically hovering around the level of 100 periods moving average, up and down as we continue to move basically sideways. If we add some kind of a trend line here, that won't help us too much because the market doesn't actually respect this trend line very much. You can see here, there you go. So only one reversal. As long as we stay below this trend line, the outlook remains bearish. And last but not least, the Bitcoin extends the drop to 83,346. We broke below the major technical support, and as I said, because there is bullish divergence, this is still not the case for the bulls. We got new lower low on the momentum, new lower low on the price, and if we switch to daily, you can clearly see that this level here, 88,500, is now technical resistance, and we're still moving lower. So let me just switch on the weekly, and on the weekly you can clearly see major important technical support. Last chance for the bulls to maintain this uptrend, 83,000. Let me just place my line here. The high is on 73,859. Last chance for the bulls. Momentum is negative on weekly. There is still room to the downside on weekly before we will hit extremely oversold conditions. So right now we are testing 100 weeks moving average, so that's the situation here. On a daily time frame chart, we already extended the drop lower, but you can see here how much we need to hit the last chance for the survival of the uptrend. That's it. Already we drop more than 35% from the top, right? That's a lot. Even for the Bitcoin, that's quite a significant correction. You can say, well, we've seen corrections 50%, 80% on the Bitcoin. Yes, but that was few years ago, before the ETF, before the institutional interest. For this correction for the institution is 35%, and if we go lower, then this correction is even more worrying, right? Because if we go to 73, there is, let me just make sure where I said 41%. 41% from the all-time high to this level, that there's a target level, right? 73,000, 74,000. It's 41%. For the institutions, for the ETFs, for the managers, this is a lot of correction. It's not 2017 anymore. So please stay focused, stay vigilant. You see what is going on. 100 periods moving average is going off, is going down as well. Very, very interesting situation on the Bitcoin, and there is no sign that this movement to the downside is anywhere near to terminate this movement and reverse, or there is no sign that this movement to the downside is complete. Technical support waits. We will see how the market will react on this. Let's just take a look last time at the Ethereum. The situation here is the same. New lows on the Ethereum 2,715, and on the Ethereum the next target is located here, 2,113. So that's the technical support, but there is one more. I guess we broke below this level. Yes, we broke below this level, or we're testing it right now. Last chance for the bulls is here, and I'm judging by this consolidation here and this technical resistances here. Even this 100 periods moving average doesn't help the bulls, because we are way below it. If we change them time frame for the weekly, you can see pure reversal here, back down below 100 periods moving average on a weekly time frame chart. So that's the same situation with the Ethereum, still going down, still under the pressure, might be hitting the potential target for this correction, might not. We might even extend it even lower. No bullish divergence on daily, new low, new low, new low, new low, new low. There is the sequence of the new lows as well. So the crypto under pressure, euro under the pressure, gold doing nothing, and the US dollar slowly appreciating across the board. That's the situation for this analysis. That's the conclusion. So thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next time. Take care and bye bye.